Hello students, welcome to our APS classes, and as all we know that this is our foundation course especially for the students from 9 to 12. And in our today's lecture we will discuss about the chapter number 6, that is for class 9th, and the name of the chapter is tissue. And these are the special notes regarding this chapter, that is the tissues. So let us start with our chapter, that is chapter number 6, and the name of the chapter is tissues. Tissues होते क्या हैं tissues? Cell is a structural and functional unit of life, and tissue are the group of cells that are combined together and to perform a special function that is known as tissue. Cells makes tissues make organ make organ system, and after the completion of the organ system there is the formation of complete individual. That means cells are the structural and functional unit of life, and cells makes the tissues. Tissues are the group of cells. Tissues are the group of cells that combine together to perform a special or specific functions. So these are the tissues. Tissues makes the organ, and organ makes the organ system, and after the completion of the organ system there is the formation of the complete individual system. Especially there are different types of the tissues, such as plant tissues and animal tissues. These are the various types of the tissues, plant tissues and animal tissues. What do you mean by the plant tissues? Plant tissues are the various types. Plant tissues are of the various types, and these are made up of similar types of the cells. They are different from animal tissues. And why they are different from the animal tissues? Because there are differences that lies between the animals as well as plant cells. तो बेटे plant tissues क्या होते हैं? Plant tissues जो है, these are the various types of the cells, और ये क्या करते हैं? These perform the special types of the functions as well as these are made up of similar types of the cells. ये हमारे plant tissues हैं, और ये टोटली डिफर करते हैं फ्रॉम द एनिमल टिश्यूज में. क्यों डिफर करते हैं? क्योंकि इसमें वेरियस डिफरेंसेस हैं प्लांट सेल्स में और एनिमल सेल्स में. तो ये आपको यहाँ चीज ध्यान रखने वाली है कि प्लांट टिश्यूज क्या होते हैं और एनिमल टिश्यूज क्या होते हैं. नेक्स्ट इज योर एनिमल टिश्यू. एनिमल टिश्यूज होते हैं, दीज आर स्पेशली मेड अप ऑफ एनिमल सेल्स. दीज आर मेड अप ऑफ एनिमल सेल्स. These tissues are usually not rigid. These animal tissues are usually not rigid. Why these are not rigid? We have to say that animal tissues are not usually rigid. And why these are not rigid? Because these do not have dead. So these do not have the cell wall. When there is no cell wall is present in the animal tissues, so that's why these tissues are usually not rigid. क्योंकि इनमें कोई भी सेल वॉल नहीं प्रेजेंट होती है, और सेल वॉल के ना प्रेजेंट होने की वजह से ये जो टिश्यूज हैं ये रिजिड नहीं होते हैं. These are not usually rigid. So this is the animal tissue and this is the plant tissue. Next is your plant tissue. What are the various types of the plant tissues? Meristematic tissues as well as permanent tissues. These are the two types of the plant tissues. One is the meristematic tissue and the second one is the permanent tissue. Meristematic tissues are usually seen in the plants. These are seen in the plants, and they are primarily made up of the rapidly dividing cells. These are made up of the rapidly dividing cells, and they are the growing tissues. They are the growing tissues of the plants. तो यहाँ पर जो ध्यान रखने वाली चीज है बेटे आप लोगों के लिए कि मेरिस्टेमेटिक टिश्यूज होते हैं, क्योंकि जो प्लांट टिश्यूज हैं ये कैटेगराइज हुए हैं दो कैटेगरीज में. पहले आपके मेरिस्टेमेटिक टिश्यूज एंड सेकंड वन इज द परमानेंट टिश्यूज। अब मेरिस्टेमेटिक टिश्यूज क्या होते हैं, अभी मैंने आपको बता दिया कि जो मेरिस्टेमेटिक टिश्यूज होते हैं ये सिर्फ प्लांट्स में पाए जाते हैं और ये इतने मतलब प्राइमरली जो होते हैं ये किस चीज को मिलकर बने होते हैं, प्राइमरली मिलकर बने होते हैं ग्रोइंग डिवाइडिंग सेल्स को, और ये स्पेशली ग्रोइंग टिश्यूज होते हैं किस चीज के, प्लांट्स के। Permanent tissues होते हैं, these are the form of the meristematic tissues and they have structural and functional properties. This is the most important criteria of the permanent tissue, that they have the structural and functional properties that are specially present in case of the permanent tissues. And permanent tissues can be made up of either living or the dead cells. ये living cells को मिलकर भी बन सकते हैं और dead cell को भी मिलकर बन सकते हैं। They are made up of either living or dead cells, living or dead cells. So this is the most important criteria of the permanent tissue. Here beta, this is the diagram of the meristematic tissue as well as permanent tissues. So here this is the diagram of the meristematic tissue. So this is the diagram of the meristematic tissue, and there are the roots where root apical meristem is present. These are the adventitious meristem, and this is the lateral meristem. This is the lateral meristem, and here this is the shoot apical meristem, and these are the axial meristem. So this is the meristematic tissue. This is the permanent tissue. There are various types of the permanent tissues. One is the sclerenchyma cells, second one is the collenchyma cells, and the third one is the parenchyma cells. And the structure is just like as in the sclerenchyma cells. They are the different type of the cells that are made just like as in compartments, just like as a honeycomb, and these are the collenchyma cells. These are the collenchyma cells, and here these are the parenchyma cells. These are the parenchyma cells. So here beta, there are the two types of the tissues, that is the meristematic tissue and the permanent tissue. तो आप इसका डायग्राम जो है बेटे वो नोट कर ले कि मेरिस्टेमेटिक टिश्यू जो होते हैं उसमें क्या क्या पार्ट्स होते हैं प्रेजेंट होते हैं, सच एज रूट एपिकल मेरिस्टम है, एडवेंटिशियस मेरिस्टम्स है, लेटरल मेरिस्टम, shoot apical meristem as well as axial meristem. All these are present in the meristematic tissue, whereas in permanent tissue these are mainly three types of the permanent tissues. One is sclerenchyma, second one is the collenchyma cells, and the third one is the parenchyma cells. Next is differentiation. What do you mean by differentiation? Differentiation is the process by which the meristematic tissues develop into different types of the permanent tissues. So here differentiation is the process by which the meristematic tissues develops, and after that it develops into the different types of the permanent tissues that based on the location as well as requirement of the plant. Next is apical meristem. Apical meristem are present on the apex of the plant shoot and the root. This is the most important feature of the apical meristem. That is, apical meristems are specially present on the apex of the plant's shoot as well as root. They are rapidly growing tissues and aid in increasing the height of the plant. That means the height of the plant is specially based on the apical meristem because it helps in aid in increasing the height of the plant. So this is the apical meristem. Next is lateral meristem. Lateral meristem are present on the lateral walls of the stem, and they help in the horizontal growth of the plant and increasing the stem girth. तो यहाँ पर बेटे आप ये चीज ध्यान रखें कि जो लेटरल मेरिस्टम होता है ये स्पेशली कहाँ प्रेजेंट होता है, लेटरल वॉल्स पर प्रेजेंट होता है। They are not present on either side of the plants, but they are only present on the lateral walls of the plant. और स्पेशली लेटरल वॉल जो है प्लांट्स की कहां पर, स्टेम के ऊपर ये प्रेजेंट करता है. एंड स्पेशली दे हेल्प इन द हॉरिजॉन्टल ग्रोथ ऑफ द प्लांट एज वेल एज इंक्रीजिंग द गर्थ ऑफ द प्लांट. नेक्स्ट इज इंट्रोकैलरी मेरिस्टम. एंड इंट्रोकैलरी मेरिस्टम, it can be found between the nodes of the stems and the nodes of the base of the leaf. This is the base of the leaf, and especially they help in the branching. So these are the important characteristics regarding the intercalary meristem की जो important characteristics है intercalary meristem की, वो क्या क्या है. तो स्पेशली हमने कहा कि जो intercalary meristem है ये हेल्प करता है किस चीज में, ब्रांचिंग में. ब्रांचिंग में हेल्प करता है, हेल्प इन द ब्रांचिंग. सपोज दिस इज योर प्लांट, तो ये हेल्प करेगा किस चीज में, ब्रांचिंग में. दिस हेल्प्स इन द branching. So these are the branches where it helps, and here intercalary meristem helps in the various types of the branching of the plant. So these are the branching, and with the help of this intercalary meristem, the branching process is to be done by this intercalary meristem. Next is simple permanent tissue. So simple permanent tissue, these are the tissues that are made up of only one type of the cells. क्योंकि नाम अंडरस्टूड कर रहा है कि ये सिंपल परमानेंट टिश्यूज है, तो सिंपल परमानेंट टिश्यूज जो होंगे दे आर मेड अप ऑफ ओनली वन टाइप ऑफ द सेल. एक ही सेल को मिलकर ये बने होते हैं, एंड दे यूजुअली हैव ओनली द स्ट्रक्चरल रोल, नॉट द फंक्शनल रोल. ये फंक्शनल रोल प्ले नहीं करते हैं, but they only play the structural role. क्यों structural role play करते हैं? Because they are made up of only one type of the cell, and such type of the cells are known as simple permanent tissues. Next is complex permanent tissue. What are the various types of the complex permanent tissues? So complex permanent tissues are made up of by the combination of the different types of the cell. तो यहाँ पर आपका एक डिफरेंस जो है वो अराइज हो जाता है कि सिंपल परमानेंट टिश्यू जो होते हैं वो सिर्फ सिंगल टाइप के सेल्स को मिलकर बने होते हैं, इस वजह से वो सिर्फ एक स्ट्रक्चरल रोल में हेल्प करते हैं. जबकि कॉम्प्लेक्स परमानेंट टिश्यूज होते हैं दे आर मेड अप ऑफ बाय द कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ द डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ द सेल्स, and these cells work together to perform a specific task. Because these are made up of different types of the cells, and when they are made up of different types of the cells, they work together, and when they work together they perform a specific task. So this is the major difference between the simple permanent tissue and the complex permanent tissue. Because in simple permanent tissue the cells are made up of only the tissues are made up of only single type of the cells, and they have to play a role only in the structural part. Whereas in complex permanent tissues these are made up of different types of the cells, and when these cells work together and they combine together to perform a specific task. Next is parenchyma. Next is the parenchyma, and parenchyma tissues are made up of loosely packed cells within the thin cell walls and large intracellular spaces. These are the large intracellular spaces, and they are the live cells and help in the support and storage. Because they are the live cells, and with the help of these live cells they mainly play an important role in the support as well as storage. Two types के parenchyma कौन कौन से हैं? One is the chlorenchyma and second one is the erenchyma. These are the two types of the parenchyma. One is the chlorenchyma and the second one is the erenchyma. Next, what is chlorenchyma? Chlorenchyma tissues are made up of live cells. This is most important feature of the chlorenchyma, that these are made up of live cells, and they have irregularly thickened corners. And thus have decreased intercellular spaces. Because when they have thickened corners, with the help of these thickened corners, they have to be decrease the intercellular spaces, and their intercellular spaces are to be decreased when their corners are to be thickened. they help in bending of the various parts of the plants without breaking. This is the most important feature of the collenchyma, that they help in bending of the various parts of the plants without breaking. बिना ब्रेक किए हुए ये various parts होते हैं plants के, उनको bend करने में help करते हैं. So these plants are to be bent without breaking with the help of collenchyma. Next is your sclerenchyma. Your sclerenchyma tissues are made up of hard and stiff parts of the plants. जो sclerenchyma tissues होते हैं, these tissues make up the plant's part hard as well as stiff. Hard as well as stiff. These are the two important functions of the sclerenchyma, that they help in making the hard and stiff parts of the plant. They are made up of dead, long and narrow cells. तो बेटी यहाँ पर जो इनके जो सेल्स हैं स्केलेंकाइमा के, ये स्पेशली किस चीज को मिलकर बने होते हैं? वो बने होते हैं डेड, लॉन्ग एज वेल एज नैरो सेल्स को मिलकर बने होते हैं. दे ऑलमोस्ट हैव नो इंटरसेल्युलर स्पेसेस. इनमें कोई भी इंटरसेल्युलर स्पेसेस नहीं होते हैं स्केलेंकाइमा में. थिकन्ड और दीज the cells of the sclerenchyma, their walls are to be thickened due to the presence of the lignin. With the help of this lignin, their walls are to be thickened. Without lignin, their walls are not to be thickened. So only the walls are to be thickened with the help of this material, and that material is in the form of lignin. Next is phloem. What do you mean by phloem? Phloem बेटे आप काफी समय से पढ़ते आ रहे हैं. Phloem क्या होता है? Phloem and xylem, these are the two important parts of the plant tissues. तो phloem जो है ये स्पेशली किस चीज में हेल्प करता है? It helps in the storage of the food. ये फूड मटेरियल को कंडक्ट करता है, स्टोर करता है. जबकि xylem जो होता है वो क्या करता है? वो ट्रांसपोर्ट करता है वाटर को. ठीक है, कंडक्शन ऑफ वाटर में हेल्प करता है, या वाटर को ट्रांसपोर्ट करता है टू द वेरियस पार्ट्स ऑफ द प्लांट. So phloem is made up of following components. There are the various components that helps in making of the phloem, and these various parts are such as seed tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. These are the various types of the components that helps in making the phloem, such as seed tubes है, companion cells है, phloem parenchyma है, as well as phloem fibers है. These are the various components that helps in making the phloem. Phloem conducts food in both the directions. मैंने पहले भी कहा आपको कि phloem का जो मेन रोल है, phloem किस चीज में मेन रोल प्ले करता है? Phloem जो मेन रोल प्ले करता है, that is it helps in the storage of the food in both the directions, or it conducts the food in both the directions. This is the major important function of the phloem. Among all the components, phloem fibers are the only dead cells. These are the only dead cells. Next is xylem. Xylem is again made up of the following components, and these are the various components are the vessels and the tracheids. These are the various components that helps in making the xylem. That is the tracheids as well as vessels. And these tracheids and vessels helps in conduction of water and minerals from the soil. So the major important function of the seed tubes as well as not seed tubes but the vessels as well as tracheids, they helps in conduction of water as well as minerals from the soil. Xylem parenchyma helps in the food storage, and xylem fibers provide the mechanical support. That means here there are two important parts of the xylem. One is the xylem parenchyma and the second one is the xylem fibers. Xylem parenchyma helps in the food storage, whereas xylem fibers provides the mechanical support to the plant. So these are the two major important functions of the xylem fibers as well as xylem parenchyma. Xylem parenchyma helps in the storage of the food, whereas xylem fibers helps in the to provide the mechanical support of the plant. So here beta, this is the diagram of the xylem and the phloem. This is the xylem this is the xylem, and here this is the phloem. Xylem अभी हमने कहा कि वो किस चीज में हेल्प करता है. Xylem helps in the conduction of water and minerals from the soil. और उसमें आगे फर्दर बताया कि xylem parenchyma है. It helps in the food storage, और जो xylem fibers होंगे that provides the mechanical support to the plant. So here this is the way of flow. This is the one-way flow. This is the one-way flow. One-way flow. And these are the water and minerals. These are the water and minerals. And here there is no end walls between the cells. There is no end walls between the cells. And the last one, this is the stiffened with lignin. क्योंकि अभी मैंने कहा था कि it provides the strength to the plant with the help of a special type of the material, that is the lignin. Here this is the phloem, and here phloem there is the two-way flow. इसमें one-way flow है xylem में, ठीक है. one-way flow जो है that is in the same direction, जबकि phloem के केस में जो है that is the two-way flow. One is in the downward direction and the second one it is in the upward direction. So here it is the two-way flow, not one-way flow but two-way flow. And these are the water and food. These are the water and the food. And here these are the end walls with perforations. But in case of the xylem there are no end walls. But in case of the phloem there are the end walls with the perforation. So this is the difference between the xylem and the phloem. And here this is the diagram that shows that these green plants have a special type of the pigment, and that pigment is known as chlorophyll. And due to the help of this chlorophyll, the plants can trap the sun rays and they can prepare their own food themselves in the presence of sunlight in the form of carbon dioxide and water. So that this process is known as photosynthesis, and these are the various photosynthetic products that are involved in this process. And here these are the water and minerals that are absorbed by the roots from the soil, and after that they transfer these water and minerals to the various parts of the plant. Next is animal tissue. And animal tissue, first animal tissue is the epithelial tissue. What do you mean by epithelial tissue? Epithelial tissues are seen on the outer layers of the body or the body organ. तो ये जो epithelial tissues होते हैं ये स्पेशली कहाँ पर देखे जाते हैं बेटे? epithelial tissues होते हैं ये स्पेशली हमारी बॉडी में ही पाए जाते हैं, हमारी बॉडी में दिखाई देते हैं. पर ये कहाँ दिखाई देते हैं? जो हमारी बॉडी का आउटर सरफेस होगा या हमारी बॉडी के आउटर ऑर्गन जहां पर होंगे वहां पर क्या पाया जाएगा? एपिथेलियल टिश्यू पाया जाएगा. एंड दीज एपिथेलियल टिश्यूज परफॉर्म द outermost protective layer of most of the animals. ठीक है, this is the major important function of the epithelial tissue, that they form the outermost layer or outermost covering of the most of the कौन से बचे? एनिमल्स के. मैक्सिमम एनिमल्स की जो आउटर कवरिंग होती है या आउटरमोस्ट सरफेस होता है उसमें ये जो होते हैं वो प्रोटेक्टिव लेयर का काम करते हैं. कौन से टिश्यूज? एपिथेलियल टिश्यूज. So here beta these are the various types of the animal tissues. This is the first animal tissue, that is your blood. This is the first animal tissue, and the animal tissue is blood. Second animal tissue is bone tissues. These are the animal tissues. Third animal tissue is the epithelial tissue, and the structure is just like in this manner. These are the epithelial tissues, and this is the cartilage tissue, and the structure is just like as in this manner. This is the cartilage tissue. After that, this is the adipose tissue. These are the various types of the animal tissues. This is the nervous tissue, and this is the muscle tissue, and last one is the connective tissue. So here beta, these are the various types of the animal tissues, and here 8 types of the animal tissues are there. One is the blood, second one is the bone tissue, third one is the epithelial tissue, fourth one is the cartilage tissue, fifth one is the adipose tissue, sixth one is the nervous tissue, seventh one is the muscle tissue, and the last important animal tissue is the connective tissue. So here 8 connective tissues are present in the animal tissues. Not connective tissue, but here 8 types of the tissues are present in animal tissues. Next is squamous epithelium. What is squamous epithelium? Squamous epithelium forms an extremely thin and flat layer of the tissues. Squamous epithelium forms an extremely thin as well as flat layer of the tissues. They are semi-permeable and thus they perfect for the gaseous exchange, and they are present in the lining of the oesophagus and the mouth. तो यहाँ पर बेटी जो आपको चीजें ध्यान रखने वाली है रिगार्डिंग द स्क्वैमस एपिथेलियम, वो कौन कौन सी चीजें हैं? पहले आपको बताया गया कि ये एक्सट्रीमली थिन लेयर एज वेल एज फ्लैट लेयर जो है टिश्यूज की ये परफॉर्म करती है। ये सेमी परमिएबल होते हैं और इस वजह से सेमी परमिएबल होने की वजह से ये परफेक्ट है फॉर द गैसेस एक्सचेंज। अगर ये सेमी परमिएबल नहीं होते, दैट मींस दे आर नॉट परफेक्ट फॉर द गैसेस एक्सचेंज। So this is the most important function of the squamous epithelium, and especially these are present in the lining of the oesophagus as well as mouth. Next is cuboidal epithelium. As the name suggests, they are cuboidal in shape and forms the lining of the salivary glands and kidney tubules. This is the most important function of the cuboidal epithelium. As the name suggests, they are cuboidal in shape and they performs the lining of the salivary glands as well as the kidney tubules. So this is the most important function of the cuboidal epithelium. That means they play an important role in the salivary glands as well as in the kidney tubules. They provide the mechanical support and they also form the glandular epithelium when they form the glands. So they only perform the glandular epithelium when there is the formation of the glands. Next is columnar epithelium. Next is columnar epithelium. These tissues line the organs which helps in the absorption and secretion, such as lining of the intestine, and they are made up of elongated cells. The cilia is present. The cilia is present on these cells and they form the ciliated columnar epithelium that like those present on the respiratory tract. Next is stratified squamous epithelium. This kind of tissue is formed when the multiple layers of the squamous epithelium they are arranged in the pattern. So our skin is made up of this kind of the tissue. So हमारी जो skin है वो किस टाइप के tissues को मिलकर बनी हुई है? वो मिलकर बनी हुई है स्ट्रेटिफाइड स्क्वैमस एपिथेलियम को मिलकर बनी हुई है. नेक्स्ट इज योर मसल टिश्यूज एंड योर मसल टिश्यूज आर these tissues make up the muscles. These tissues make up our muscles and these muscles are responsible for almost all the movements that take place in the body. अगर ये muscular tissue अगर हमारी बॉडी में प्रेजेंट ना हो तो हमारी जो मसल्स है दे कांट मूव, वो हमारी मसल्स जो होंगी वो मूव नहीं कर पाएंगी. तो इन मसल्स की हेल्प से ही हमें क्या होता है कि हमारी बॉडी जो होती है वो मूवमेंट करती है. दैट मीन्स द मूवमेंट टेकिंग प्लेस इन द बॉडी विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस मस्कुलर टिश्यू. सो हियर दिस इज द डायग्राम ऑफ द मसल टिश्यू. हियर सपोज दिस इज योर बोन, दिस इज द बोन एंड this is the tendon, and tendon is the part where the bone is attached with the other part. This is the epimysium. This is the epimysium. This is the epimysium. Next, this is the epimysium. This is perimysium. This is the perimysium. This is epimysium, and here this is endomysium. and in the endomysium there are the muscle fibers in the middle of the fasciole. So here this is the blood vessels, or these are the blood vessels. This is the perimysium wrapping a fascicle, and this is the endomysium, that between the individual's muscle fiber, and here these are the muscle fibers. So this is the muscular tissue. Next is your striated skeletal muscles. All the voluntary movements in the body is carried out by the striated or the skeletal muscles. There are two types of the actions, that is the voluntary action as well as involuntary action. So here all the voluntary movements that are related with our body, they are carried out especially by the striated as well as skeletal muscles. That means without striated or skeletal muscles, all the voluntary मूवमेंट्स इन आवर बॉडी कांट टेक प्लेस, वो हमारी बॉडी में टेक प्लेस नहीं कर सकते हैं अगर स्ट्रेटेड या स्केलेटल मसल्स हमारी बॉडी में टेक प्लेस ना करें. सो दीज आर कॉल्ड एज द स्केलेटल. इस वजह से हम इनको स्केलेटल बोलते हैं. अब स्केलेटल क्यों बोलते हैं? बिकॉज दीज टिश्यूज आर मोस्टली अटैच टू द बोन्स, क्योंकि ये टिश्यूज होते हैं वो डायरेक्टली अटैच होते हैं बोन्स के साथ. इस वजह से हम इनको स्केलेटल मसल्स बोलते हैं. और स्केलेटल मसल्स बोलने का एकमात्र कारण या एक रीजन जो है वो ये है कि ये डायरेक्टली किसके साथ अटैच होती हैं? ये डायरेक्टली अटैच होती हैं बोन्स के साथ. ये लॉन्ग होती हैं, सिलेंड्रिकल है, अनब्रांच्ड है और विद स्ट्रेशंस एंड द मल्टी न्यूक्लिएटेड. सो दिस इज द डायग्राम ऑफ द स्केलेटल मसल्स. Skeletal muscles. So here this is the diagram of the skeletal muscles. Next is unstraighted smooth muscles. Unstraighted smooth muscles. Almost वहां पर voluntary थे, यहां पर जो है वो कौन सी movements हैं? Involuntary movements है that are related with the unstraighted or the smooth muscles. What voluntary movements are related with the straighted as well as skeletal muscles? So here all the involuntary movements in the body, they are carried out by the smooth or the straighted muscles. क्योंकि जो involuntary muscles हैं वो smooth या फिर unstraighted muscles के बगैर take part नहीं करेंगी. So they are long है, ये smooth है, spindle shaped है, as well as these are uninucleate. We can find them in the places, especially हम इन unstraighted और smooth muscles को कहाँ पर find out करते हैं? They are find out in the alimentary canal and the blood vessels. So alimentary canal that is started from the mouth and ends at the anus. So this is the diagram of the smooth muscles. Smooth muscles. Next is cardiac muscles. Next is cardiac muscles. कार्डिक मसल्स मेक अप द एंटायर हार्ट. जो हमारा एंटायर हार्ट है वो किसकी हेल्प से बना है? वो कार्डिक मसल्स की हेल्प से बना है, क्योंकि कार्डिक मसल्स जो होते हैं दीज हेल्प्स इन द कॉन्ट्रैक्शन एज वेल एज रिलैक्सेशन. क्योंकि कॉन्ट्रैक्शन और रिलैक्सेशन जो होती है या रिदमिक कॉन्ट्रैक्शन जो होती है हमारी बॉडी की, दैट आर ओनली विद द हेल्प ऑफ दीज कार्डिक मसल्स. सो एंटायर ऑफ आवर हार्ट दैट इज मेड अप ऑफ कार्डिक मसल्स, या entire heart is made with the help of the cardiac muscles. These muscles are involuntary nature and they show the rhythmic contraction and relaxation. Show the rhythmic contraction and the relaxation. Structurally they look quite similar to the straightened muscles, but they are branched, uninucleate and have internucleate discs. So this is the diagram of the cardiac muscles. This is the branching cell. This is the branching cell, and these are the striations. These are the striations. Here this is the nucleus that is present in the cardiac muscles, and here these are the cardiac muscle fibers. So here this is the diagram of the cardiac muscles, and cardiac muscles make up the entire heart, and these are involuntary nature and show the rhythmic as well as rhythmic contraction as well as relaxation. Next is connective tissue. What do you mean by the term connective tissue? These tissues helps in connecting different parts of the body. So various parts of the body that are connected with the help of this connective tissue. Without this connective tissue, no body parts are to be connected with each other. These includes especially blood, bones, cartilage, tendons, ligament, areolar tissue as well as adipose tissue. All these are the tissues that helps in connecting the different parts of the body. And here this is the diagram of the connective tissue. So here beta we complete the chapter number 7, that is your tissues, and this is the part number 1 regarding this chapter. And in our today's lecture we discuss important or various types of the tissues that are categorized into the plant tissues as well as animal tissues.